This newest Twitch drama is so wild, juicy, and unbelievable. You think this is a psyops. You think that there's no way something like this can happen in real life. But this is real. So, this streamer named Sliker, and by the way, here he is. Look at that smile. Look at that bald head. Look at those eyes. How could you not give this man money? You know he's good for it. He looks in your soul and you're melting right there on the spot, and you're probably mortgaging your house to just give Slicky Boy here a little bit of that green that you know he deserves. And he's good for it. Well, turns out he was not good for it. Surprise, surprise. So, Sliker, a Twitch streamer who averages, get this, only 500 views. Not 5,000, not 50,000, but 500. He defrauded his viewers, his acquaintances, for potentially more than 500k at this point. Oh yeah, I'm not making this up. A 500 viewer streamer defrauded his acquaintances and viewers for roughly maybe more than 500k. Unbelievable. I absolutely know. And the thing is, it was so easily done, you would be amazed. I'm honestly not surprised because I know what are the sociological mechanics behind this. But man, the fact that this can still happen in the modern day always surprises me. But then again, there are people who look at the cryptocurrency exchange that goes, "We can double your money in one year," and they're like, "Oh, better mortgage my house. This is an opportunity. Can't let it go to waste." Who would lie about that? You know, when things like this happen, I'm not even surprised that Sliker happened. The amazing part is that, again, 500 viewers average. So this is how it happened, right? This is how things went down. So, his mods hijacked his stream while he was sleeping to expose him. Look at this.
Dude, what the hell? Jesus Christ.
I'm a scammer. Unfollow, please. And then there's a link to evidence how he scammed people. Theoretically, he's not exactly scamming people because you can't prove that he didn't have problem with his banks, and he is just asking people to give him money and that he's gonna pay them back at some point in X. Technically, I don't know if that really constitutes as a scam because you can't prove that he lied about the bank. Well, if you prove that he lied about the bank, then that's a 100% felony, by the way. But currently, we don't know if he lied about the bank. So if he's not lying about the bank, he could potentially not even go to jail about this. He did nothing wrong in that case, and it's all on the stupid people who gave a gambling addict money. And yes, this guy is a 100% gambling addict. That's how he got into this mess. It's absolutely amazing. So here are a couple of examples what he did. Gonna sell all of this. Gonna sell all of this. It's a kid essentially, one of his viewers who's trying to sell his shit so he can give his favorite streamer money so he can get out of this rough situation. And this is essentially what Sliker did. He just created a video that he sent out to a massive amount of people. He just created a copy-paste text that he gave to people. And it essentially followed like this. Yo, my bank is screwing me over. I need money so I can survive the week or something like that. And then he asks for X amount of cash. And then he says that he's going to give it back in an X amount of time. Or in some situations, he says that he's going to... Get this, he uses the run escape grand exchange tactics, the Ogrimmar bank tactics. I will double your money. If you give me 100, I will give you 200 back later on. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And people constantly actually did this. Because people don't understand this. People are trustworthy. The majority of people in the world, by default, are inherently in the belief that there are no bad people, that people are good, that you should believe people, that you should help people. And when someone who you watch contacts you and asks you for money, you don't even think that this is bad. This is a lesson everyone should probably learn at some point in their life. You never give money to friends. You never give money to family, even in some situations. Like, you should give money to family in some situations, but then you should not expect to get it back. Because the moment a loan start, money gets involved between family and friends, it's pretty much over. When I was 18, I gave my friend $20 because he needed for work so he can play sad. Long story short, I gave him $20 and our friendship literally ended because $20. He started to avoid me because he couldn't pay it back, and that's it. That's it. $20. All it took because he did not have the money to pay it back, so he tried to ghost me. That's how this shit works. You never give any of your friends a loan. It's better to be called an asshole for not giving a loan than actually giving a loan and then seeing all the shit that can potentially happen from that. Your friendship's over, man. Just get over it, don't do it. And if it's your family, well, then shit is even worse. Because honestly, if you're giving money to your family as a loan, you're kind of screwing up your family. You should just give it for free. And even then it's problematic, but yeah. And so Sliker just did that. He got a bunch of his viewers, a bunch of his acquaintances, and then just mass sent out to them video messages and, just talk to them about how he needs money. He sets a price, for example, like, 1K, as we can see here, $1,000, and then they say, oh, no, I can't do it. And since that's too much, well, they're gonna give him a little bit to help, because, he needs a 1K, that's a lot of money, but, they can give him 100. And as soon as you give someone money for the first time, it is much easier to get that money out of you for the next time. That's how this shit works. This is why it's so effective. So yeah, this is how a 500 viewer Andy got away with it. And it gets even more wild here.
Yo, Typhoon, what's up, baby? I hope you don't hate me on this. It's so cringe, and I'm cringe for asking my brother, please do not hate me.
This is what he sent out to a lot of people.
Please, keep it personal as well. Basically,
I like the keep it personal as well, because he's doing this en masse, so he can't let this get out of proportion. He needs people to be on the down low about it. By the way, he was doing this for a year or something like that.
My bank account got locked. This has happened for like 3-4 days. I've been asking around people. Sadly, today...
If you send a video message, by the way, it's a lot more personal than text, so it's actually smarter to do a video message about this because it seems more honest.
Well, tomorrow is the last day until my credit starts getting fucked up. It got locked out, and I was looking for people that actually work, and that I could ask if I could borrow from, and I'll pay back. Genuinely, give me 2 months and I can pay back. If you can't, no worries, my brother. If you can...
Beautiful.
Please, don't feel forced to say yes. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get in the call to do this. I feel genuinely embarrassed. I've asked a few streamers, they couldn't help, and yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, make it also a sob story. Like, I asked my friends, they all said no, so, oh my god, this poor man. By the way, he defrauded this guy for 27K. Yeah, this guy, who makes roughly nothing, also got... People just give money. You should never give money. This is the reason why. You can get fucked, and the reality is, again, it's not illegal until charges are made. And if he really had problems with his bank, then the situation becomes even harder because he wasn't even lying to get that money. You have decided to give a person a loan purely through talking. There's no paper, there's nothing. The situation legally actually is a little bit more complicated than oh, this is illegal, oh, this is bad, he's not paying me back. Well, that's what happens when you don't sign a paper.
I'm actually like incredibly uncomfortable, and this is like super embarrassing, but I don't really know what else to do about it at this point, bro. I don't know what to do. I lost 27,000 from...
And the point is, this guy doesn't actually have that much money. Because you can see his sub count here.
Giving a lend to Sliker.
Yeah, that's his sub count, 311. That's insane. And then we have this. Sliker got 100K from Trainwrecks. Now, I want to point out the most absurd part about this is that the fact that Sliker could probably have gotten a mil from Trainwrecks. I was considering maybe making a video about Trainwrecks because Trainwrecks is a fascinating example of how things go bad. So, Trainwrecks, in short, feels guilty about the money he has made from gambling streams. He's a gambling addict himself, so he can actually sympathize with his plight, and Trainwrecks is giving away money and doing things like that because he feels guilty about the money. People who come into illegal money, people who feel that they have gotten money through legal means, but morally dubious means, will often give away that money to friends, to whoever, and just generally giveaways and just give it away because they feel guilty about it and that makes them feel better. Sliker could have probably gotten a mill off of Trainwrecks, easy fucking game, and he would probably not even ask for it back because Trainwrecks just feels guilty about the gambling. He's pushing people into gambling. Now Slicker's happening because of gambling. It's insane. It's such a wasted opportunity. He could have at the bare minimum, I think he could have gotten 500k. Imagine that. It's so insane. And there are a lot of streamers that actually gave him money. Because if you're a big streamer, what do you actually fucking care, right? You're gonna give... he's asking for 10k. You make 50k a month, and you have made 50k a month for the last year just from Twitch subs or something like that. It's not a big problem for you. You got other deals you have. It's not a big deal. So help someone out. Look good. Don't talk about it. It's fine. He actually defrauded a lot of streamers. A lot of big streamers just flat out gave him money, which is the most hilarious part. Obviously, they deserve this, but this is also the power of just social influence. If you know how the best scammers in the world operate, the best scammers in the world operate extremely easily. It's ridiculous how easily they operate. I'm gonna expose the biggest secret the biggest and best scammers have. They literally just ask for it. They literally just ask for your money. That's it. It's pure and simple. They just ask for it. They don't hide around the bush in a lot of cases. In some cases, people have money, and they're just gonna give it because you ask it. I'm not making this up, by the way. This is no joke. There are situations where people get defrauded for tens of thousands just because they got asked for it. That's it. Because people are trustworthy at the end of the day. They don't think that people are gonna be so evil against them. They don't think this, they don't think that. And when someone who scams you comes along, shit like this happens. He did this to so many people, it's insane. He also used loans from smaller creators and bigger creators to pay off the bigger people who could potentially expose him with the loans from other people so he can do it for a longer extended period of time. It's glorious. And at the end of the day, I don't know how this is going to be on Twitch, but obviously he's potentially going to most likely get banned off Twitch. Twitch is currently, they know that this gambling is a problem, but they're gonna keep it there because it gets views in and things like that, right? They're gonna not just cut off a source of income if they can help it. But now with this exploding, what's gonna happen? Because technically, Sliker hasn't actually broken any terms of service as much as I know. He has only asked for money from people, and that's not against the terms of service. And considering you can't prove that his bank wasn't faulty, Twitch would literally have to ask the bank, did it actually do it? And that's probably not happening. So they can't really legitimately ban him for a real reason, which is also hilarious, by the way. I think they're probably going to ban him and never speak about it because, let's face it, Twitch doesn't want to deal with any of this crap, and it's going to be glorious. This whole situation is just ridiculous. And he's going to talk about this today or tomorrow? 12 hours ago, yeah. So he's going to make an update to this, why he did it in a little bit of time. And I hope that he tries to throw someone under the bus, because that's the best thing you can do, right? You can throw someone under the bus. Why are you a gambling addict and so on? By the way, maybe he's not a gambling addict, but this is the thing that I am seeing most here. that people are saying that he's a literal gambling addict. And there was a kind of not too interesting video I found here when he talked about being a gambling addict. Look at this. This is also another big streamer. She's crying because she gave him money.
Wait, watch this.
Can you open it with your teeth? Because I can.
Well, yeah, okay. But yeah, she's crying because he asked money from her and she felt special, but then it turns out that there were other actual people he asked money from. It's insane. It's absolutely fucking mind-blowing how this happens. It's so easy. That's probably the best part about this. Well, anyway, this was pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's wait for a follow-up. This is going to be great.